Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president of the Mortgage Calculator. We are non-delegated correspondent lender that specializes in non-QM and does things a little bit differently. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today so we could talk a little bit more about what makes us different. So I'll go through a little bit of a presentation and then we'll pass it over to Kyle Hershey, our COO. We'll go through a little bit of the back end and actually show some of the stuff we're going to talk about. And then we'll close it off with Jose Gonzalez, our sales manager, with 20 years of experience to kind of put it all together in a traditional sense. So let me start by sharing my screen here. And we'll go through some of the items. Hopefully most of you have joined from this page, but let me explain a little bit more about what we mean exactly here. So obviously myself and Kyle, we come from a little bit of a different background. We are from the marketing and technology background. So we are not your traditional bankers. We are all about leads and software. So here you see unlimited mortgage leads powered by our proprietary software, which is CRM, POS, LOS, all built in together. And of course, we have the AI integrated, which is the latest craze here. So what makes us different is we are all about technology. So we've spent millions of dollars over the last 20 years on all the different advertising platforms, generating leads and pushing them through our custom software in order to close those leads in different industries. So we're more about setting you up with a system here. So we're a non-delegated correspondent lender that has the proprietary tools to let you scale your business instantly, exponentially, right? So you just plug and play is the whole idea. We want to give you the platform. So whether that's our leads, company leads, or self-generated leads, we want to make sure you guys are filling your pipeline, especially in this day and age when some of the traditional outlets have dried up here. We want to make sure you're getting new leads every single day and generating leads from the business you're already doing. So we have that all integrated in the system, which you'll see here. So first, let's talk about the business model. So as I mentioned before, we are non-delegated correspondent, and we have built this team, branch, company, whatever you want to call it, in all the different models. So we started at a FDIC bank, went to broker, non-del, and we found that non-delegated correspondent is the best because we can do what's best for our borrowers. So we're approved with over 120 lenders and investors, and that means we can broker loans if that's best for our borrowers, or do correspondent loans where we're the lender if that's best for our borrowers. Now, typically, the correspondent channel is always better. So the 5,000 loan programs we have with our 34 investors with us as the lender when we're funding loans with our own money are always going to have the best rates and pricing, even at the same investors or lenders, because we're funding the loans with our own money, using our own law firm to draw the docs, and all the stuff that comes with that and the risk that comes with that. So we get better pricing always, which we can pass on to our customers. Now, if there's any reason where we can't fund the loan ourselves or do the loan in-house, we have over 110 different wholesale lenders for specialty loans, something that we can't do ourselves. So what that means overall is we have every loan program that exists out there, from VA, USDA, FHA, Fannie, Freddie, non-QM, DSCR, all the traditional stuff we'll fund in-house. Once you start getting into commercial, mixed use, CDFI, SBA, fix and flip, ground up construction, all the stuff that's a little bit outside the box, that's the kind of stuff we partner with our wholesale brokered outlets for. So the most important thing is we always have an outlet for whatever type of loan our customers have to request. And we have the AI integrated. We call him Calvin, our AI assistant, and he's going to help you close those loans, give you tips, tricks, guides, all kinds of different help along the way from our AI assistant there that's built in. Now let's talk a little bit about the technology we have here. So we've written every line of code for what you're about to see. And everybody starts with our instant lead generating website, which is basically the website you're looking at. Everybody gets their own instantly when we turn it on for you. With the AI built in, the POS, CRM, LOS, everything starts with the website. And this is all software that's built for us, by us, for our exact platform. What that really means for you and your customer: one login for you, one login for your customer, no matter which of our hundreds of different outlets we're going to actually do the loan with. Now, our prospects can also instantly flow from name, email, phone number to pulling their own live rates, pulling their own 1003, pulling their own credit. All those liabilities come in and get set up in the 1003 in our custom Encompass-based platform, but you don't have to log into Encompass, right? You can use our software. So same thing with the rate quotes. We have our instant rate quotes with over 5,000 loan programs integrated when you use our in-house options. And those come with automated requotes because we have it all integrated. Now, how do we integrate that all? With our 50+ API integrations with Encompass. I mentioned before, don't have to actually use Encompass or log into Encompass, but our system is obviously based on that. Don't need a login. Optimal Blue, pricing, industry standard pricing, don't need a login for that. Meridian Link for credit, don't need a login. Account check for VOA, VOI, don't need a login. Appraisal works, one click for 5, actually 6 now. We just added AMC last week. 6 AMCs at the click of a button. Don't need a login. And you get the point here. Everything is integrated. It's just a click of a button in the system here. We also have the ability to create our instant business cards, flyers, promotional items. Again, once you get the website, you get access to instant business cards, flyers, all that kind of great stuff that is generated instantly. One of the other cool things that I love that nobody else does is we can capture leads from website users with no forms required. So we have some unique software that's able to actually generate leads from people who may be browsing our site, which is pretty cool. You can also automate lead generation from your social media. So you plug and play again, plug in your Facebook, connect it there in the back end. We'll automatically post compliant ads every day to your different social media networks with your own lead there that tracks to you, your own link there that tracks to you. And for the AI, we have our proprietary Calvin Dual Oz AI. So Dual Oz, like any other platform there, you can click a button, run both. But we also have Calvin that takes a look at both side by side and give you some tips and tricks on which one will be better for your customer with that extra AI analysis. And since we've built everything that you're about to see, we also have our staff to build new features as well. Every week we release new features, so feel free to request new items that you think might be helpful for the team. Now let's get into the trainings and all the different models. We found that the support and trainings is definitely lacking. So we want to make sure, since we're all remote based here, that everybody has access to all the tools they need. So everything is remote, but it's really straightforward here. So our learning center is 24/7, 365. You can log into our classroom style learning center, take different courses, upgrade to senior loan officer, whatever you need to do. And we also have our daily live training. So we do a podcast style daily live trainings that you can plug into every day. So again, you can get into the remote training course, upgrade anytime, or plug into our 5 days per week. We do live mortgage rates in the morning, 5 days per week. Kyle hosts a sales training every afternoon. And then in the evenings, 2 days per week, we do our live loan officer training where we go into in-depth topics about actually closing loans and conditions and all that kind of great stuff. We also have our Zoom support Monday through Friday. Again, we're remote, but we want to make sure we can get face-to-face. So during regular business hours, pop in there, get face-to-face with the processing team. They can take over your screen, click your buttons, and it's like a face-to-face meeting, even though we're all remote here. We also have our knowledge center with thousands of articles, not just from us, but all of our different lender and investor partners. So thousands of articles, tips, tricks, guidelines, matrices, all kinds of different resources there. You can search one place to find any of those resources. And then we have our Calvin Compliance AI built in here where you can search the federal regulations with the AI analysis and also the states we're licensed in. So pretty cool way where you don't have to wait for the compliance manager to get some quick compliance questions answered. Now, a couple things that don't necessarily fit in a big category there, but the first one, definitely love. DSCR business purpose, definitely one of my focuses when I work with investors, but also a lot of our teams works with the DSCR business purpose loans. We can do those in 44 total states. So you can do those without necessarily having to get more licenses. We have all kinds of different ways leads come in. Kyle will show you how that works, but we want to make it simple, 50-50 split. So no matter where it comes from, if the company pays for it, you'll be up to a 50-50 split there. Makes it very simple. And we want to make sure we can generate leads for you guys at scale. So once you plug into the system, connect your social media, connect everything up, you'll be able to generate leads from the business you're already doing. Now, if you want to set up more leads, like actual paid leads, you can do that with a couple clicks there in the back end to set up your own lead campaigns with our compliant ads. Or if you're already doing ads, you can import those in with our webhook. So Kyle will show you how that works here in a second. Anybody on the team can click a button and refer a deal to our senior loan officers for 75 basis points. So you can earn some great commission for maybe a conflict of interest. Maybe you're not licensed in that state. Maybe it's a spouse loan. For any reason, maybe you don't know how to do the loan. It's a fix and flip loan. You've never done one before. No problem. Click the button. You're going to earn 75 basis points and help your teammate close that deal and learn while you earn there. We also have instant payroll available. Obviously, as a lender, when we're doing non-delegated, we can't pay instantly like some brokers can, but we do have that option if you want to do that with a click of a button there in the system. Regular payroll is every 2 weeks, like a standard payroll schedule. There is no monthly fees, no hidden fees. We've written every line of code for everything that you see. There is no other software or seats or fees. So we want to make sure we make it very straightforward for you guys there. And Kyle mentioned before we went live here, the hotel room for all of our team members. to get face-to-face. Since we're all remote here at least once per year, we want to invite everybody down to Miami, VIP treatment, VIP yacht party, and of course cover your room there for any of our team members that are producing and closing loans as part of the team. Now we're recording this, so if you drop off, you can watch a replay here. But let's get into the comp plans. I zoomed in a little bit, so it's nice and big here. But let's talk about the compensation. So first off, everybody always wants to talk about senior loan officer first. So we want to get everybody up here. 225 basis points base comp. That's on, highlighted here, the conventional non-QM stuff pretty much everybody's used to there. And that's 2.25%. Again, simple 50-50 split. So 50-50 split on any company leads. So that's 112.5 basis points or 1.125% commission on those. Now, our senior loan officers are obviously going to have everything that everybody does. But for experienced loan officers that upgrade to senior, take the courses, take the trainings, all that to get there, they're going to be able to receive the best leads, which are referral leads from our team. When they refer those deals, maybe they don't have the license. Not only does that come with a ready, willing, and able client, but it comes with a team member that help you get that deal done. We'll also have access to all the different leads that Kyle's about to show you here in a second. And we want to make sure we get our team members that are rocking and rolling any comp we can back. Again, we're all about building a platform for you guys. So we want to give a 25 basis point bonus for any volume over 2 million to get as much comp back to you as we can there. And for those that like to teach and teach people how to structure their loans and disclose their loans with them, you can upgrade to a team leader. You can earn 25 basis points by helping your teammates out there and getting them done. Now, the fine print is here. Again, you have to take the courses. There's obviously tests and courses there, but you also have to have experience. We do broker and correspondent. It is very unique. Not many lenders offer both channels out there. So we want to make sure you've closed at least 6 loans in the last year, so you have some experience in both ways. And of course, you have to pass all the tests and courses. Now, if you want to get started and rocking and rolling, no problem. 150 basis points here. That's, again, on our standard conventional non-QM, 1.5%. And when you're starting here, 75 basis points is a 50-50 split on any company leads here for conventional and non-QM. That's 0.75%. So you can get started here. We are, again, non-delegated and brokered with 120 plus options. You'll instantly get access to your lead generating website, CRM, POS, LOS. Everybody gets all the stuff we're looking at here. You'll have the AI integration with the Calvin AI loan officer assistant to help you out. Unlimited leads. Kyle will show you all the different ways they come in, all the different lead types we get every day. Again, 50-50 split on any of those. And you can always click that button if you're uncomfortable, maybe learning something new, trying to get some experience, maybe not licensed. Click that button, earn 75 basis points, send it over to a senior loan officer, and earn some great commission while you learn the new loans. We are licensed in 23 states for primary and second homes, and that means we can do our business purpose in 21 additional states without necessarily having to get a license there. So very cool options we have. Again, get started as a loan officer as soon as you take those courses, pass those tests, prove that you understand that both channels work. You can go ahead and upgrade to a senior loan officer there and earn the top comp. So hopefully that breaks it down for everybody there. But let's go ahead and pass it over to Kyle to go through a little bit of the back end here if you're ready. Are you there, Kyle?
Yeah, sorry about that. Yes, I am ready. Give me one moment here. And then I will share my screen. All right, sorry about that. Let me go ahead and share here. Okay, so I'm just going to show you a quick little rundown of the back end. Of course, we have full trainings on this, but just to point a few things out here about our system. Here's our CRM. You see, just like any other CRM, you can take your notes, send your emails, send your text, but you can also have our AI assistant send the text and emails for you and actually create the text and emails for you and draft up your texts and emails automatically. You can set reminder tasks for people. You can put people on action plans, drip campaigns to automatically email them and text them on your behalf over the course of years, all that kind of good stuff, right? But what really starts to set our system apart here is our quoting system. So with just 6 pieces of info, you can populate the stuff in here without pulling credit or anything. You can click one button to pull all the different rate sheets from all of our different investors. And within 2 minutes, you can send the client a text and an email automatically with a nice pretty quote that looks like this, where they have their rate choices, They can scroll over these things and see what they mean. It pulls in the Google map automatically. It pulls in the Zestimate automatically. The proposed loan info here does the monthly breakdown of the taxes and insurance and HOA fees and stuff automatically, has the lender fees here, and of course has you as the loan originator. And then you can also add your realtor partners to this. So your realtor partners, they absolutely love this because they know when they send you a client, not only can you quote them within a few minutes with this nice pretty quote, but you can also add them to the quote. You're keeping them posted on what's going on. You're keeping them in front of their client's face saying, hey, we are your team here that's pushing this deal across the finish line. So your realtor partners love it. Now, the coolest part about all this is they can go ahead and click Start My Loan Application when they're ready to move forward. And that takes them right into their borrower portal. So this is what that looks like here, where they then can just start their loan application. They fill out the whole 1003 right here in the system. They don't have to leave our system. They upload the basic documents we're going to need for this loan. They can see their loan info. They can see the milestone of where the loan is at, which of course is going to update automatically as the loan gets pushed through the different milestones. So that's what's going on the back end with your client. They get quoted, they can move forward, they can fill out their application and upload their documents. Now, this is what it looks like on your end here. So notice this application says 100% complete. So in this test example, this person has submitted their full application. Now, once they submit their application, we pull credit instantly and automatically, right? They give us permission to pull credit, they submit their application. And that way, when you click the Encompass tab here, we've already pulled in the 1003 into the system. We've already pulled credit. So credit is already imported, liabilities are imported, everything is already here in the system. Like Nick said, you don't have to actually go in Encompass. You'll see it's all here in our system. And one thing to point out too, as Nick was talking about earlier, are dual O's. So we can run dual automated underwriting for Fannie and Freddie here with the click of a button. And not only that, but our Calvin AI can actually analyze it for you and then let you know which one is better for whichever reason. So we can run dual loss here with the click of a button, and our AI will then analyze it for you. Now, you can also request different documents here, whether it's you or your processor. Let's say you need, this document, it'll request it from the client. Let's say you want to replace the whole packet. Let's say, hey, it came in as a conventional loan, but it's actually going to be a, VA self-employed loan. Well, I don't know what documents I need for that type of loan, but the system does, right? So you can ask them just for those documents. You can request signatures here automatically. They log into their borrower portal. The e-sign is already built in, so you can request signatures from different documents and they sign them right there. They don't have to leave our system. And then also we have our Calvin AI Assist here, whether it's you or your processor can click here to, order VOA, VOI, VOE, request insurance, all kinds of stuff here at the click of a button. Now, what happens is when you're originating the loan and it goes to underwriting, you're going to get an email with your underwriting conditions. And if we scroll down here, you'll see they're all right here on the same page. So you can just upload conditions here to fulfill them, or you could dispute the condition to kick it back to the underwriter. So you see everything is here within the system from start to finish. So this is how we can take somebody from being just a name, email, phone number to communicating with them in the CRM, quoting them in the CRM, gathering their documents, gathering their application, pulling their credit instantly and automatically, which we pay for up front, right? The client doesn't have to pay for it. And so all of that happens all the way through the underwriting process, uploading your conditions in here. Everything happens in one system from start to finish. So that's one login for you and one login for your client, all in this system. So now let's talk about where these leads come from in the first place. So first and foremost, we give you leads from our ad campaigns. So we have our ad campaigns going on social media and on Google and all these different places. And when somebody clicks on one of our ads, they double opt in to be contacted, and you're sent the text immediately so that you can click that link and call them. So let me show you just an example of my test profile here. This is actually from this morning. This is just a clip of, I think, about a half an hour of leads that are coming in here. So you'll see this is my test account. Notice there's business purpose DSCR lead coming in, short-term rental lead coming in, DSCR, a general purchase here. So tons of leads coming in all day, every day, right? So you can go ahead and click the link to claim that lead and give them a call instantly. So those are the leads that are coming in hot, fresh from our ad campaigns that you're going to be getting sent text messages about all day, every day. Now, another way that we provide leads is through our auto dialer. So we have an auto dialer just like any other CRM where you can call 300, 400, 500 people in a day using the auto dialer. If they don't answer, there's a button that you can press that drops an automated text message and email to them from you automatically, right? You can call hundreds of people dropping the auto emails and texts. And we put the list in here for you. So we have tons of leads in here. Look at all these different lead lists we have in here. So not only are we giving you the live leads, but there's plenty of lists in here of opted in leads to call. There's also like realtor lists in here to call where you could call, you know, a few hundred realtors in a day to build relationships. And if all those leads run out, there's even cold call lists in there. So there's always thousands of people to call in the auto dialer at all times. Now, another way that you can work leads in our system is that you can purchase your own lead campaign. And what we mean by that is instead of us providing you a lead where we pay for it up front and there's a lead split on the back end, you could also pay for the lead up front and have no lead split on the back end, right? So what happens here is if you want to run your own campaign, we can take our DSCR campaign, say you want DSCR leads, we'll copy our DSCR campaign that we've proven out that we know works. We put your budget on it. Those leads go directly to you and there is no lead split on those leads. So this is not required, but I would recommend boosting your pipeline even more where we literally just copy our campaign. You know our campaign works, right? Because those leads convert. We copy that campaign, we send them directly to you, and there's no lead split. So if you want to boost your pipeline more, if you want to boost your pipeline with self-generated leads that don't have the lead split on the back end, you can invest in some leads yourself, right? And it's just a click of a button. We already proven out the campaign. We just copy it, so you don't have to know anything about ads or do anything. You just tell us which kind of lead you want, and we set it up. Now, another way to work leads in our system here is that you can import leads. So if you're already getting leads from, let's say you're already buying leads from like Free Rate Update or Zillow or Lending Tree or something like that, right? Maybe you're getting leads from a legitimate lead source and you like getting leads from them. That's great. You can bring those into our system in real time, instantly and automatically using the webhook that we give you here. And there's some instructions on how to use it here as well. So, you know, lead comes in from wherever you bought it from, you get notified, it's in your CRM already, you get a text and an email, so you can pull up your CRM and call them and quote them and do all that instantly, just like any other lead coming into the system instantly, right? So whether it's leads that we're giving you up front, you know, for no cost up front with a lead split on the back end, or whether they're leads you're calling in our auto dialer, or whether they're leads that you are paying for the campaign up front, so there's no lead split on the back end, or if they're leads you're buying from some other source and bringing them in, essentially every way possible that there is to work leads, we have built into our system here. And so, as Nick said earlier, we're all about the leads and we're all about the technology. But now let's go ahead and switch gears and talk about how those leads and technology all comes together to actually close loans. So Jose, our sales manager, 28 years of experience as a loan officer and a realtor. Let's talk about how this all comes together to close loans, and then we will open it up to questions.
Yeah, definitely. The technology is different than what they've probably seen. And, you know, will increase your production, your loan production for sure. Our leads definitely is going to increase your loans production. And then we're here to help you connect all the dots, right? Because, you know, we do have the great training, but we also have team leaders to walk you through a lot of these items. We have the Zoom room, you have sales management, you have company management, you have compliance, in-house processors. there's a lot going on to help you connect the dots and not spin your wheels. So for example, you get that loan application, somebody submits a loan application, you sent the quotes, somebody loved it, they click start my loan application, they complete the application, you get that email. Well, your team leader also gets that email, management also gets that email, and we are all replying to that email, giving you some initial pointers on that file. And right there in the body of that email is also a nice convenient link for the MLO to book a meeting with their team leader as required, for the team leaders and for the MLOs to go over the structure on that loan application. That meeting has to occur within 24 hours. That's really important because we're not a cookie cutter company. At the Mortgage Calculator, we have up to 5,000 different product combinations. So there's a lot of stuff out there other than just your standard cookie cutter agency loans, and that's really where we excel. That's really how you can increase your footprint, right? As a loan consultant. So that is why it is essential to meet with the team leader, and that's why we make it a requirement for the team leaders to meet with the MLOs within 24 hours of that new loan application coming in. Give them structure, give them guidance, especially if it's some different loan program you may not have been used to working before. Maybe you haven't done a DSCR loan. Maybe it's a 5 to 8 unit property, right? Seems to be a nice one that we get a lot of on the DSCR. You haven't done it before, that's great. You got your team leader that's going to guide you through there. And then hopefully it's going to be a non-del file where we're the lender. And then once the file is structured and ready to go, application ready to go, you're going to meet with your team leader again to get that file disclosed. You don't have to disclose that non-delegated file. The only file you have to disclose is if you go broker route, then, whatever requirements the lender has, because we're not the lender in that file. But the majority of the loans we originate in-house are in-house deals where we're the lender because the pricing is so much better, right? So that file is going to get disclosed by your team leader, or you're going to sign it right then and there as well. And then it goes to intake once the borrower signs and you sign, and intake registers it on the portal, submits to underwriting. Then it goes to processing. As soon as the conditional loan approval comes in, processing lets you know, hey, the approval's in, system's updated with all the conditions. You meet with your processor to go over the conditions, and then decide on who handles what, and then you're off to the races to get those documents and get that loan clear to close, right? This is on our non-del files where we're the lender. If it's a brokered file where we're not the lender, you have the option of using a third-party processor that we would have to approve, of course, or going it on your own, saving your customer the processing fee and being more competitive on that brokered route if you feel that you can self-process. Our in-house processing fee, very competitive, $495. You definitely get a lot for that $495. So a lot of ways for all those dots to help get connected for you by our team, by management, by processing. And again, we have the Zoom room, which is open during business hours. So you can always jump into a Zoom room for something quick. Now, obviously, structure is up to the team leader or up to me, not the Zoom room, but they can certainly help you quickly on a lot of matters, a lot of basic stuff, right? Some quick credentials you need, some login that didn't work. They can check and see if it's something on their end, something that's system related before you go crazy trying to, click a bunch of buttons. So again, you can get closing definitely within 30 days, closing your first deal. We had one. For example, I love this one where it was one of our MLOs was new to the non-QM business. She got a lead on her own lead plan. So this was going to be 100% her own commission, not a company generated lead. But it was a difficult deal. The customer had been denied by somebody else through another lender, not through us. They tried to go full doc, didn't work out. So now she's looking at tax returns, she's looking at bank statements, trying to see if it can go full doc, trying to see if maybe bank statements. So we did our structure meeting, and we realized after reviewing guidelines that really the only option possible is going to be a profit and loss loan. So we structured the action plan with exactly what was needed. She went to her borrower, who got cooperation from the accountant. And on top of that, there was an appraisal transfer that needed to occur on this loan as well. But we were able to overcome all those obstacles, and she closed this loan in a little bit over 3 weeks, like 3 weeks and 2 days. This was 85% LTV, investment, profit and loss purchase. It was $1,056,000 loan. So it was a very nice loan for her first deal. And that was only made possible by the structure meetings, because I would feel that she probably would have tried to go down the bank statement route had she not received the guidance, would have been denied due to unverifiable large deposits, and then the customer would have just gone elsewhere. So due to the guidance, she received the mentorship in the beginning before the loan went off in the incorrect trajectory. She was able to close her loan a little bit over 3 weeks and make something out of nothing, because she had no idea how to work a profit and loss loan. But through the mentorship, she did her job. She reeled in the customer to work with her. She sought out the proper use of the resources, which was her mentor. We did the meetings and we closed the loan. That's exactly how it should be when the proper steps are followed. It's like getting plugged into the matrix, right? It's gonna happen. You just gotta follow the steps, stick to the training, and you're gonna be closing those multi-million-dollar deals. So really looking forward to having you all on board.
All right, thank you. I'm just gonna go over the next steps real quick for when you're ready, and then we'll open it up to questions. So for the next steps here, you can go to the mortgagecalculator.com/join. We'll drop the link there in the chat as well. What you're going to do is sign up for the applicable plan. Remember, if you've closed at least 6 loans in the last 12 months, then go ahead and sign up as a senior loan officer right from the start. If you haven't had that production to show, just go ahead and sign up as a loan officer. Once you do have that production, then you will be able to upgrade to a senior loan officer. So pick the plan that is applicable for you. It's going to ask you for some information, and then it's going to take you right to the initial compensation agreement to sign. Now, you don't need to sign it right then. It's going to send you an email with a copy of it, so take your time to review it. But once you do sign that initial agreement, that is what kicks off the rest of the steps. We will reach out to get your license info, your ID documents, all that kind of good stuff. So first step is to go to the mortgagecalculator.com/join, sign up for the applicable plan, then that will kick off all of the next steps. And with that being said, let's go ahead and stop recording then, Nick, and we will get into questions.